Alright, so I lost my power. It said it wouldn't be back till the morning, but it's back up already, so I'm gonna continue about where I left off. Hopefully some people will join. Let me the volume's working. Alright, so while I wait for more people to get in, I just wanna say I was kinda caught off guard about that GTA 5 stuff, and I just really want to say, thinking about it, that is the most piece of shit thing I've ever seen in the entirety of gaming. Re-releasing GTA 5 to PS5 8 years after it launched, 2 generations prior. You're gonna re-release that game instead of just giving your 100 million people that bought that fucking game a free upgrade. All those people have been playing the online, a free upgrade. Are you fucking kidding me? That's absolute bullshit. The probably highest grossing game of all time, making billions of dollars, and they're going to re-release the game instead of just giving you a free upgrade if you bought the PS4 version. That is fucking stupid. That pisses me off. And I kind of brushed over it because I wasn't quite sure what the hell it was. And then I found out Control is announced coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X. They haven't specified the details, but if that's another one of those rebuy the game, the PS5 version. I bought the PS4 version. I bought the season pass. If I buy a PS5 and all it does is play the PS4 Pro version that I'm already getting, and they expect people are asking people to pay a full price to fucking play the game again. Now, I said this a while ago, and I said I have full confidence that Sony and Microsoft aren't going to re-release a bunch of games, a bunch of remasters from the previous generation. But I didn't say anything about third parties. I said some third parties were saying that they're developing their games that are supposed to be out this year to also be supported with the PS5. We know CG Product Red has already stated that what's it called, Cyberpunk will get a free upgrade. Now, I don't expect every game to go the full mile, get a free like complete upgrade, but if it doesn't, at least some of these major games don't at least get optimized, so they take some advantage of the PS5 and Series X. It's just gonna reiterate how I feel about third parties anyway. Why I don't cry or ask for third party games. I just feel like third parties are the reason people have so much negative to say about gaming. So many like fanboys and stuff. All this talk about all these games, all the last gen games on the PS4 that and Xbox One. 90% of them, 95% of them are fucking third party games. Sony gave us the Nathan Drake collection, 3 games. I think it came out at 60, but it was quickly dropped to 40. God of War 3, which I think came out at 40 or 20. I'm not sure. That was just a port. And then The Last of Us Remastered. They tried to charge 60. People like, nope. So they dropped it to 50 at launch. That came with the DLC that just had come out on the PS3. That was like $15 DLC. So the game came out with the DLC with some significant enhancements for 50. Yeah, that sucked. But at the same time, they didn't try to get 60, and they gave you the DLC, which was pretty much brand new at that point. And then the Beyond games, which I don't even think Sony, I don't believe that's not like a first party game. The Beyond Two Souls and the other one. Other than that, they brought a port of the Vita game, Gravity Rush, remastered. The fuck? Why did that do that? But they didn't do that a ton. They could have done a lot more, and they didn't. And Xbox didn't do hardly anything either. Gears of War remastered and Halo collection. They didn't. The first party, Microsoft and Sony, didn't really do a lot of that. Third parties, on the other hand, went buck wild. So if that shit happens again with this generation with full backwards compatibility. Series X taking full advantage of, or the backwards compatibility games taking full advantage of the Series X, or not full, but taking advantage of some aspect, and third parties try to resell us games. That's going to be a really bad look for a lot of these third party games, and I hope a lot of the GTA 5 fans don't get sucked in and rebuy that shit. So anyway, let's get back to this. This game looked really cool right when my power went out. And if you haven't noticed, my hair's growing out a bit. I'm going to try to get my hair cut this weekend. But yeah, as soon as they started showing gameplay, this cut out, and this looked really cool. Let me get the chat up. Like that. I love the visual style. It's like a little bit of Hellblade, but with some really fast character movement. I'm very intrigued by this game. You know how you guys know I love me a female protagonist. I don't know what type of game it is, if it's got RPG elements or open world, if it's linear, but that shit right there looks pretty awesome. What happened to my hair? Which part? Got gray or got long? I love fantasy world settings. I know the Juice is Loose guys design exclusively. Nice. We're getting exclusives. We're getting footage from PlayStation 5s. Let me pause it a second. I got, for whatever reason, got a ton of shit for saying, was it Babylon's Fall or whatever, the next, I think it's a PS4 game. I don't know. The Platinum Games had this real gothic, like, fantasy setting. And I was like, man, that's probably the best art style I've ever seen from Platinum. And these guys, they just freaking went nuts. And I'm just like, I love fantasy world settings like this shit. Like, it's not your typical fantasy, even though the dragon was at the end. Just this Control had kind of a giant boss fight that was, it was just like abstract. But to me, like, that is that art style. And it looks a lot like, reminds me of what we saw from Platinum's game. It just has that same kind of vibe to me, and I don't care what anybody says. I love that. It's not graphic art style, just the setting, the art direction, I guess you will. So this is already 3 games in other than GTA 5 bullshit. This is just massively superior to what the Xbox third-party show was. And yeah, this is first-party stuff. It's not a fair comparison. Let's see what Xbox shows with their first party, which I guess they pushed to August. But this is the first real PS5 gameplay, even though this right here isn't gameplay. What we've seen so far has shown. Gran Turismo showed gameplay. Ratchet & Clank showed gameplay. That Project Athena, whatever, that looked like a few snippets of gameplay. What the hell is this? Are you the cat? That would be sweet. See, this isn't gameplay at this point. It's an intriguing world they're setting up. What's up, Cray? I had to postpone. I started this earlier, but my power went out for half hour, so this is part 2. If you can play as the cat, it's already the best game ever made. That looks a little bit like my Sophie. Stray. Yep, that's a day 1 purchase. Retro Death. Day 1. I don't know what kind of game it is yet. Not gonna pretend like I could have any idea. But It's already a... That's a game of the year 2021. You're right. I mean, production-wise, flow so far, this is just... You don't got just people on their webcams, low-quality webcams, making terrible jokes and trying to sound cool. This seems a little pointless. Let's see the system, though. And I'm a believer of the trigger vibrations in the Xbox One. That's a legit. I'll take that over the HD Rumble, that's for sure. It's got motion sensing, confirmed, nice, because it's backwards compatible. It kind of has to. You know, when I was trying to watch a little bit on my phone after power went out, I did notice some, like, the 3D audio coming from my phone's dual speakers was kind of impressive. Let's see this damn system.
Making games used to be about these constant trade-offs between the artistic vision and technical limitations.
You still have technical limitations.
We're not gonna be burdened like that. We're gonna be able to realize.
Don't fucking blow smoke up our ass.
It's got a ton of horsepower, which is very.
You had a ton of horsepower.
And it's a machine that's really easy to develop on. The PS5 will present a paradigm shift as to what players will come to expect from gaming. Will let us tell stories, make worlds, create gameplay that I think will truly captivate.
I think you'll get games
really
quicker though because of the how similar the PS5.
Coming exclusively for PlayStation 5.
The PS5 to jump over the PS4 is just like a significant power jump without a huge architectural jump. And I think you're gonna see games coming quicker. But at the same time, if they're pushing the visuals, you know, it might take longer. Unless the Unreal Engine 5 stuff was all legit. Might be quicker because they don't have to do all the baked-in lighting and stuff. If they can get game engines can do a lot of the work, then you'd hope that games would come out a little bit quicker and still be high quality.
Even death is no escape. Each time I awake, this planet seems somehow different. As if changing. This world is becoming part of.
This is definitely got some alien vibes with little control vibes. Speaking of cat simulator, look at this. Look at this little baby.
But I cannot lose hope.
Okay, some gameplay.
My only choice is to keep fighting.
It's hard to say with the stream quality being so low that this doesn't immediately blow me away visually. I do like the aesthetic.
Before the cycle breaks me.
Returnal, huh? That's got my interest peaked. Nothing like, oh my god. Cat, you're not gonna chew on my fucking cord. Alright, they're just gonna keep going with game. I'm starting to think we're not gonna see the system. Sumo Digital, alright, they have a mixed bag track record. Look at that fur. Snake. I don't know what this is. Is that the fucking Cheeto? Oh. Little Big Plant? What the fuck? Yep. I called it before it came out, or before they showed it. Is this going to be a full 3D Sackboy game. Like we were just saying, Nintendo needs to take Donkey Kong into 3D. Alright, this has... It already looks like the best Little Big Planet ever made. Game, I should say. Little Big Planet game. It's 3D, but it also looks more like 3D World than an Odyssey type of, 3D platformer. Doesn't look like something that couldn't be done on the PS4, but it still looks pretty good. Sumo Digital, huh? So they took it away from Media Molecule. It's more like a Woolly World meets 3D World kind of game, which that's a good combination. I mean, that's quite a long trailer of almost all gameplay. Yeah, this is very 3D World, Yoshi's Crafted World, or Woolly World-ish, Crafted World-ish. Looks very promising. Looks better than Ratchet and Clank, that's for sure, from gameplay standpoint. Visually, wasn't blown away, but especially for the type of game it is, it probably should have looked better, but I have to wait till I see direct feed. What is this gonna be? A rollerblade game or something? Or a fighter? Oh, it's like... Yeah. Little Big Planet. Sackboy, $60. 3D World Port, $60. Good point. This looks interesting. This is like an online... multiplayer, like battle royale type game. See, I like me a good arcade-ish racer. Combat cards aren't usually something I've played, but this looks more interesting. I'm guessing it's gonna be kind of like a Last Man Standing. Like a Splatoon meets fucking just not really Splatoon in the gameplay, but just in the style. Like what's not really the style? What am I looking for? Just like it's hip, music, cast of characters. I don't know. Looked intriguing.
Hello everyone, my name is Josh Greer, and this is my brother Mike. We're from Ember Lab, a small team with a background in film and animation.
And we're very excited today to share with you the first look at our new game.
I should probably back that up because I didn't look at the name.
That has themes in personal growth and
Destruction All-Stars. What a name. No wonder I missed it. It's so generic. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what that one turns into, but could be a little shallow, just repetitive online multiplayer game. But
hello everyone, my name is Josh Greer.
So far though, I mean,
we're from Ember Lab, a small team with
not like necessarily knockout, blow you away type games, but pretty interesting.
It's a story full of adventure and
game
charm
so far.
That has themes in personal growth and redemption. So please enjoy.
I like the art style.
I know you are kind. sense the power that flows through this
Character design's pretty good.
yet you do not fully understand it.
Music's good. Can we see some actual game?
Driven by the belief that you can help these troubled spirits.
So I think a game like this with this art style, when you get the power of, you know, what the next generation is going to do, I think a game like this is really going to shine versus super realistic type games. This looks fucking really cool. Is this the one that was the guys that did the CGI Majora's Mask? Because face looks kind of like that. Wow. Like I was saying, like this art style definitely going to lend itself to like just some of the advantages or performance gains with the PS5 over what's current generation. This looks fucking gorgeous. And not just technically. Just be a good game. Please have good gameplay. It looks cool. Please be fun to play, though. Kenya? Bridge of Spirits. That looks really promising. Let's hope it turns out. I didn't say anything about being exclusive, so it doesn't, I guess it doesn't matter, but that's, I mean, I think every game's shown at least some amount of gameplay. That was a good amount of gameplay.
You ever feel like you're just waiting for a sign? To do that thing you've always meant to do. Sometimes I feel
And
like
just
I'm
like the
standing
I
on
will
the
say
edge
the
of
positive of
something,
the Xbox, I'll reiterate, was just the variety of types of games, and I'm seeing that
but something's holding me back.
here so far.
Maybe it's just nerves.
I don't know what the
Maybe
fuck
it's the
this
fear
is,
that
though.
I'll never be as good as what I imagine. When I'm still just standing on the edge.
Cat,
But if
just
we've
be
got
still.
nothing else to lose,
Just be still.
might as well jump.
No. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching. I ain't gonna lie. Is this a story-based game? This is a weird choice. This is like at E3 2018 when Nintendo showed that like mobster game, that like isometric top-down 3D game, fucking just randomly, and we've heard nothing of it since. That was just weird. I just wonder if that game's called Kena or Kenya.
And I'm here to share with you a game that I've been dying to make. It's an emotionally engaging story where rescuing is rewarding, failure is devastatingly hilarious, and the memories should last you a lifetime. Take a look.
I like that they just got a quick introduction from the developers. They definitely learned a thing or two from Nintendo.
You are no longer a slave, Abe.
I've never played an Oddworld. Well, I played like either a demo or just briefly.
You believed, trusted, followed, and
I've never owned one.
you may have escaped the murderous blades. For the fate of your entire people is up to you.
Alright. Looks very true to the original style. I don't know if it's the stream quality or this one's not standing out as far as something that couldn't be done on the PS4. And there's a lot going on and stuff, but still, this is definitely PS4 type of game.
You must find your full voice.
Interesting. And I'm not seeing too many. A few games have said captured on a PS5, but not every one.
見たことのない東京の魅力を見て、聞いて、感じることができます。これからお見せするのは
Dude's got a gray beard with some black hair.
ゲームプレイ動画です。スーパーナチュラルでミステリアスな東京、そこに潜む驚異と美しさを感じ取っていただけると思います。
Supernatural Tokyo, that's
ぜ
intriguing.
ひお楽しみください。
It's not the eerie,
You see things
supernatural
others can't.
look I was expecting. Yeah.
Hear threats, others don't.
That's interesting.
Fight when others won't. It's up to you to save Tokyo.
Alright, so we got powers, first person. It's interesting. So I'm not seeing a lot of disclaimers either, like not actual gameplay type stuff, so I'm curious what's... I feel pretty confident that that's gameplay right there, though. I don't know, I guess they could be bullshotting. It's an interesting combat in a first-person game. Have to see more on that one. That's Bethesda Publishing. Interesting. And I'm really curious, are they gonna show this fucking system? How much time's left? Oh, better not go to the... They're gonna talk at all about backwards compatibility, about price, about the system. Talking about variety earlier, we're seeing some really out there games. Super Brothers, what's he doing? What's he doing making a game? Definitely some artistic over, substance, artistic style over substance, I'm feeling. Like sometimes you see a game trailer, you see a game, you're like, yeah, they weren't just trying to sell 20 million copies. This person's making this game's really trying to make a statement type of thing. Can't say I've ever seen a game like this so far. Is that a missile or your ship? It's like 2001: A Space Odyssey for video games. what can I say? I don't know. Holiday 2020, and I have no fucking clue what I just watched. I guess if you're gonna have no gameplay, or maybe that was gameplay, I don't know. Just have it be so confusing that you just want to know more, because you just left in like, what the fuck did I just see? Gearbox, don't care. Captured on a PS5 dev kit. See, I expected more of that. We've seen a lot of games now in a row that didn't say anything. So, and then like music choice for what's happening on screen. I think this has already been announced, right? Just like a online or like a loot dropping game. I forget what they call them. I mean, what you got this pretty cool art style. Yeah, this was announced already. And songs get hyped kind of song. I'm just don't fit for the style of game they just showed. It's more epic orchestrated music maybe would have fit the visuals, but either way, not a game I was interested in, so guess it don't matter. Man, I just don't know why the stream quality is so freaking low. So Hyper Light Drifter, I never played that, but that's that one where like your character's really small on screen, I believe. Now, that's one of the other things that stood out to me about it. Some wacky ass games though, that's for sure. Oh, I'm tired. Long day at work. So this looks like a completely different perspective. Unless this isn't a sequel, this is just the developers of. Oh, getting some Jet Set Radio movement vibes. Okay. Guessing this is a 2021. Yep. It didn't have much to show, but interesting, I guess. I feel like I should maybe pause and like talk about the games a little bit more at the end. Just another Hitman. Probably Hitman 2 or something.
It was always gonna end like this. All your hard work.
I never really.
All your sacrifice.
I think I played a Hitman game one time. I don't know how many there are. It's just never been a series I've paid attention to. I have the Hitman movie because Olga Kurilenko's in it. That's the only reason I own it. And Timothy Olyphant, I've always liked him too, but not a great movie.
And now you find yourself alone.
See, I really got nothing to contribute to this trailer just because I don't know anything about the franchise. I swear there's already been a Hitman 3. It's not that far away. I think Hitman 2 was like a reboot, but it seemed like people liked it.
Hacker Nabrak here from IO Interactive. In Hitman 3, Agent 47 is back for his most intimate and professional contract in his entire career. This is also the dramatic conclusion for the World of Assassination trilogy. I'm so proud to be here to present a little glimpse of the gameplay where Agent 47 is on top of the world in Dubai. Enjoy.
Let's see what you got. I know Hitman 2 was pretty impressive visually. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to judge this type of game off the stream quality. Is just fucking horrendous, but I thought you said a snippet of gameplay. That wasn't gameplay. That's more along the lines of what Xbox showed with their third-party presentation. Not real gameplay. Just because you call it gameplay. Oh, is this the actual OS? It's got a very similar aesthetic. Is this that VR game? Yeah, this doesn't. This looks like this. I mean, honestly, this looks like a Switch game. It's a little bit cleaner, but it definitely looks like. Not that that's absolutely crucial, but when you're talking a new generation, you kind of expect it to look above the current generation or below, you know. Might be a great game, might be fun, just not seeing the PS5 in that trailer. Not really even seeing the PS4. Oh, another just kind of out there art style. What the fuck? There's some really creative people. Ugh. That looks pretty cool. Interesting blend of like realistic and like stop motion kind of look and stuff. It's got some humor to it, that's for sure. What was he riding? Shooting a bear. Let's watch that again. This is really out there. Surfing on like penguin. He's riding a fucking mule or an ass. That's what he's riding. Shooting a bear. The fuck? Gotta give him credit for fucking originality, that's for sure. Never seen a game quite like this. This reminds me of a what's his name? The guy that did fuck, I can't even think of the movies now. The Fantastic Mr. Fox and the dog one. The stop motion. That director is kind of getting that vibes watching this trailer. So that looks really cool. That that's a very unique game. Alright, so they gave a hint of like the operating system showing they press the PlayStation button on the controller. Will they end?
What's up, everyone? I'm Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans. Here we go. The first ever teaser for NBA 2K21. Y'all are not ready for this.
NBA 2K. Now, these games have always pushed visuals. Actual PlayStation 5 pre-alpha footage. I mean, these games already look near photorealistic on current PS4 and Xbox One X.
You might as well give up now. Think you got a chance, but I don't see how. Got a real tight grip when I hold that crown. I'm the first one in and the last one out. Whoever owns the place gotta drag me out.
They up the sweat count.
I don't make a sound when I strike. You better just run for your life. Run for your life. Run for your life.
I wouldn't be surprised if like the actual game looks close to this. But it's coming out in fall 2020. You think you'd be able to show us more. Not that I'm a big basketball fan or anything. Sweaty flops. And what do we got here? Another highly artistic. It's another one that doesn't scream PS5 to me right away. What the fuck? What are these people been smoking, making these games?
Amazing, aren't they? Half bug, half snack. A very recently discovered species, entirely unique to this island. Oh, this one's lively. Beautiful seed patterns. Oh, and it's tasty too.
Is this?
Welcome to the island of bug snacks.
What the fuck? Yeah, this, I mean, again, I'm not saying this as like saying this game won't be good or fun or anything. It looks absolutely hilarious. And it's a small team. But if you're going to be showing off PS5 games, if it was me, I would kind of want to focus on games that actually look like they're taking advantage of the new system. I know it's probably like an indie developer. I mean, it's not a bad looking game. Just weird that they're showing that. Well, the solid state isn't going to make games look better. I don't know people. I don't know why people think that. You won't know the benefits of the solid state till you press power on that system and navigate and load games and stuff like that. That's when you'll be able to experience the power of what a solid state, especially that super fast one's going to do. You're not going to see that in game like visuals. Oh, system? Or is this just more circles, X's, triangles, and squares? But the Ratchet and Clank trailer, jumping from one environment to the other on the fly, that's a little more along the lines of what the solid state can bring.
Get to the end of the show.
Cat.
I have something very near and dear to me.
It's not gonna be. What does Yoshida do these days? Is this Horizon? Doesn't look like it. Artistically, it doesn't look like it. No. The hell? Kind of expected a Horizon 2 to be part of this. Is this a Dark Souls? Bloodborne 2? Okay, they're going for scale. Is that Demon Souls? Is that a sequel or a remake? Oh, it's a remake. Blue Point, that's all they do. That's an impressive looking remake, though.
Deathloop is a next-gen first-person shooter about rival assassins locked in a time loop.
This is our unique vision, what Arkane is all about.
Freeform immersive gameplay, a surreal player-driven story smashed together.
Want to see some stylish action? Check this out.
Okay.
She is not making this easy.
Getting like a BioShock vibe from this. Obviously it isn't, but this looks like I believe this gameplay. It's not. I'd like to see this like a higher quality stream or a higher quality video. But yeah, I'm not believing the gameplay. Well, maybe this. Nah, it keeps cutting away. I'm always skeptical when they can't just show. It's Bethesda, so you know it's gonna suck. So that's all I need to see. Just kidding.
Another day, another death. Aren't time loops fun? For everyone else on this island, this place is paradise. A never-ending party.
Groundhog's Day, the video game. I don't know that has this been done before in a video game. It's an interesting. If it is the first time someone's really tried it, because it's such a popular idea in TV shows and shit. This actual gameplay, you know, the way it is, looks like it could be fun.
I'm learning a little more, piecing together the puzzle. There's 8 targets, and they all gotta die before midnight. There's just one little snag.
I guess Majora's Mask kind of was a time loop.
You thought it was going to be easy?
Juliana Blake, Black Reef's protector, and a real pain in my ass.
Yeah.
But eventually, inevitably, I will break this fucking loop.
It's an interesting premise. Gameplay looks pretty cool. Visually, it's not my favorite art style with like that psychedelic-ish. Probably won't pick something like that up, but you never know.
I don't like watching you die. I like killing you. There's a difference.
Guessing it's gonna be co-op. There's been a few like standout games. There hasn't been any like, oh my gosh moments. For me personally, I'm sure for somebody, Dark Souls is probably huge.
But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence. The bush is empty. Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free of Mother's grasp and vanished into the trees.
What's up, aka Slayer?
Worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch,
Just trying to take in these trailers.
and into the forest deep.
Figure out what the hell some of these games are.
That creepy story.
It's just a local tale.
You're really into that stuff.
Quit being so paranoid.
No, friendly, friendly.
You just shot.
Who sent you?
You just got shot.
They're coming. Who is?
That Kena game was the standout so far. That brief look at that Square Enix game looked intriguing. Project Athia or whatever it was. Not a huge Ratchet and Clank fan, but that one, the new one definitely looks better than the PS4 game. That's pretty much, the standouts. This looks intriguing. This is getting more interesting the more I'm seeing. Yeah, that one's... Oh, is this Resident Evil? Wow. Resident Evil 8, huh?
Chris? Sorry, Ethan. Why?
Is that supposed to be Chris Redfield? We just seen him in... Alright, let's watch that again. Wasn't a huge fan of Resident Evil 7. It wasn't trash, but it's weird that they're doing the remakes of the classics and then doing such a departure from what Resident Evil is with 7 and now 8. We gotta give them credit. Yeah, they did do the remakes, and they're rumored they're doing 4. But then they're also pushing the series in different directions, so you're getting what I consider the best of the old games in the remakes. Well, at least 2. I'm seeing a lot of Resident Evil stuff now that I know what it is in the trailer. This obviously is not zombies or anything anymore, if you played Resident Evil 7. I wonder if that was supposed to be Jill. But I'm definitely intrigued. Is it called Resident Evil 8 Village?
Chris? Sorry, Ethan. Why?
Yeah, that definitely that's one people will remember for a while. Obviously going to be a multi-plat. Except for it's not coming to Switch, but you know, it'll be on Series X and PC, I'm sure. As I was saying, you know, there hasn't been like that big, you know, heavy hitter wow moment. That's definitely going to be it for a lot of people. This is the level of visuals here I kind of expected from more games we've seen. I really think this is, by the end of the generation, like this level of visuals in game is what I think we'll be seeing. That's interesting. Another cat. Her hair's looking a little off. But definitely some out there fucking games we've seen. Yeah, that one. I did say 3D World. Astro's Playroom kind of looks like 3D World meets Yoshi's Woolly World. Just what in the hell? This is just really out there.
Freedom. Our freedom.
It's an interesting trailer. 2022, damn. They could have waited to show that one. How much more we got here? Yeah, a little bit. So far, it's been pretty good. I mean, the flow's kind of, you know, kind of what Xbox did. It's just game trailer after game trailer. You know, this one had some more developers talking. All right, so Sony Interactive, this is going to be Horizon. Or an Uncharted. I don't think they'd have Uncharted already. No, this is Horizon. Doesn't look like the same art style, but you got,
old ones.
Yep, it's that.
Perished 1,000 years ago.
Would they completely change the art
Their
style?
great cities turned to graves.
Nah, this is just CGI stuff.
In their place came new life.
Non-robotic. I'd love if this takes place on the sea or something. Hopefully they can remove some of the invisible walls and roadblocks. Not roadblocks, but you know, just limiting factors. Open the world up a bit more.
I must find a way to stop it. Or it will get worse and worse.
That's cool looking. Guessing this is all we'll get.
Until it destroys us all.
Yeah, I don't think this is indicative of the actual game.
There's nothing I wouldn't do to save this world.
If that's gameplay, that'd be pretty impressive. I think that might be what they're showing right there. See, this is the kind of stuff I would say, yeah, that's PlayStation 5.
I won't unlock.
That's not...
No barrier I won't cross.
I mean, I didn't hate the first game. It just was a little bit, like I said, there's a lot of limitations to what you could do.
There won't be anyone left to stop what's coming.
Probably consider getting the DLC for the first game. Definitely can't wait to watch this trailer in 4K on my OLED TV, that's for sure. Hopefully I get better voice acting and shit.
But whatever comes, I will be ready.
When's this coming? Get back to that underwater segment. Like, this looks like CG. This is fake. There's no way that's in game.
Until it destroys us all.
Maybe cinematics, but still, I don't think any of that's in engine. That I think might be.
Wouldn't do to save this world.
See this right here. That to me, this looks like this couldn't be done on current gen. This looks like a pretty big jump, and yeah, it might be shallow gameplay. You know, you just hold up and it swims automatic, or you know, it might be really what's the word I'm looking for? You know, it might be really engaging. But that's like, to me, this looks like a true leap, where a lot of the games we've seen so far haven't. But maybe that was bullshit. Who knows? Probably not going to give a release any kind of year. I wouldn't expect it past 2021.
On behalf of the entire team at Guerrilla, we're happy to share the first look at Horizon Forbidden West.
We're continuing Elga's story as she moves west to a far future America.
To brave a beautiful but dangerous frontier masked with mysterious new threats.
Get ready to explore distant lands ravaged by massive storms.
And take on new, powerful machines as you return
to the majestic world of Horizon.
Stay tuned for much more. We can't wait for you to get your hands on it.
I think there's a lot to look forward to for the community.
I think fans are going to be really pleased.
As a game designer and storyteller, this is incredibly exciting. We're talking a whole new generation of ideas and experiences that we can create for the player.
No matter where they are, no matter who they are.
New experiences like we've never had before.
More iconic, interesting characters, more atmospheric, immersive worlds for players to explore.
We want to wow players.
Expect the unexpected. And I, for one, can't wait.
We can't wait.
We can't wait to share them with you.
It's so exciting.
Incredibly exciting.
It's really about love
for the players and for the players.
As a developer,
So they're not going to show the system. They're just going to keep people. They're going to keep them like their interest peaked. Like, give them just enough that they want more, and that they'll be excited for the next info about the system. Or just show it. I mean, either way. It's going to be an organic system. So I wouldn't expect much, anything after Horizon. I wonder what, you know, this whole like idea was about. Yeah, what's this even about? I don't know what they're going for with that. Okay, that's hardware tease. What? Oh my god. I don't know about that. definitely going for a futuristic look, but I don't really have room to stand up consoles. I need to sit them down. It looks like it can be. This is one wild fucking look. Looks like it's pretty large. That's an interesting design. I don't love it. I don't like that it's white because of it'll stand out. And it doesn't look like it can go on its side. The Series X I'm already gonna have to I'm set on its side because I don't have. Well, I could remove one shelf on one side, but not on the other. Oh, there's one without a disc. I wonder how much cheaper. I mean, if I get it, when I get it, I'll probably already have the Series X, so I won't need 4K Blu-ray player. I do prefer the non-disc drive one, just the design of it.
We hope you've enjoyed the first glimpse of our future today. You've seen our most striking console design yet, and you've seen games that can only be enjoyed with the full range of PlayStation 5's features and power. At PlayStation, we believe in generational transitions, and we put years of work into making them happen. We want you to enjoy the unique benefits of moving from one generation to the next. Thank you for joining us. We're launching later this year, and we have tons more to share. Welcome to PlayStation 5.
I think it's not. What are you saying, man? I don't even know. Tomb Raider game, like, just come in here with some random comments, man. Absolutely random. Sorry.
But whatever comes.
I mean, they have some first party games, some exclusives. We know Microsoft isn't going to have Series X exclusives for at least the first year, but I still expect to see some games take advantage of the Series X. Media remote, huh? That's interesting. All I need to know is it has HDMI 2.1 full support, and I'm good to go. And don't be $600. Oh, that's it on the side. I don't know about that on the side. Did I skip ahead or back?
But whatever comes.
Just based on its design, I'm tempted to wait for the slim model. I don't love how the system looks, but that's not. I mean, I like the non-disc drive one better, the digital version. I mean, they kept it a secret, but nobody leaked it, that's for sure. That I know of. It would have been hard to avoid. God damn it. So we're at 212.33. Let's go 29. Alright, so that's what it looks like sitting down. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't mind this part of it. I don't like this. Maybe these are easily removable. I spray paint that shit flat black. But, you know, some interesting looking games. Some exclusives. Some said specifically running on PS5. Others got nothing on like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some trailers for the individual games. Hopefully. Let's see, where's that Kena? Well, let's start with this one. I wonder if these are in any... Yeah, this goes to 4K. So I'll definitely be checking these out on the old 4K TV. That looks way better. It's not all the artifacting and stuff going on. I really like this, like that design. So that looks really interesting. That might be all like auto run and shit, where like Spider-Man, where you just hold a button. Project Athia. Definitely looks intriguing. Alright, so where is... I don't know if, like I say, I don't know if it's Kena, but this looks intriguing. It's like Kubo and the Two Strings, but way better character design. I love the music. This was the one made by the two guys, right?
You sense the power that flows through this land. Yet you do not fully understand it.
I think this game's gonna really utilize lighting. Not just ray tracing or anything, but actual just dynamic lighting. And I imagine with HDR, it's gonna look fucking amazing. I just hope they nail the gameplay, at least solid gameplay.
Not hide your weakness from me. You have no power here.
Kena. Yeah, I love this fucking art style. Just be a good game, please. Just be a good game. It's like, I know I get shit on for saying stuff like this. Like, this isn't Breath of the Wild's art style in general, like, but just, I don't know, just the depth of colors here. And I'm not saying that has anything to do with HDR or anything. I'm just saying the vividness of the colors. You know, yeah, they're in the back, furthest of the back here. Yeah, that's, you see like haziness or fog or whatever you want to call it. And it's like, but up here it's it's bright, it's vivid. Like that, I get shit on because some of the filters you can put on Breath of the Wild on the PC emulated version. Yeah, they don't all, most of them don't really work for the game, but I can't help but think what Nintendo can do with just in the fact that you can have such a vivid, like Luigi's Mansion. You know, that game looks absolutely phenomenal, but if you put it on this scale, they'd have to scale stuff back. They'd have to dial stuff back. So I'm just like, I'd love to see, you know, what Nintendo can do a generation, 2 generations from now with power at that level, and still have great art style and stuff, you know? And it's like, this is not an HDR monitor, but this is already like jumping out at me as like just the difference between the dark and the, I love like LED kind of like bright lights contrast with dark. If you watch the Lego movie, there's the opening, well, in the beginning when they're doing the chase scene on the motorcycle, and there's like, they got these bright ass headlights. I've always, to me, that always like has been like a visual, very, very visually appealing. Yeah, this game looks beautiful. I just hope it plays good. I hope they get the gameplay down, because that would be a shame if the gameplay was not very good. So overall, I think it was a good presentation. Lots of variety. Yeah, it looks so much clearer than that fucking stream.
There's nothing I wouldn't do to save
Just
this
wonder
world.
what if any of this is actual in-game visuals. Underwater exploration, though, that's what this game was missing.
I won't unlock. No bear if I falter, if I fail.
And this is another game. Yeah, this looks really impressive, but can they improve on the gameplay? Can they improve on the side quests and stuff and make them more interesting? Alright, so PlayStation 5, we know what it looks like. We've seen some games running on actual PS5. Seen some really impressive games. Seen some, that definitely could be done current generation type games. Some way out there, what the hell is a person smoking type games. It's quite the range. Not a lot of typical Western shooty bang bang type games, and not a lot of like over the shoulder walking slow PlayStation style games. So be interesting to see, or when we actually see like somebody playing a game, giving hands-on impressions. Like, is it gonna be a month from now? Is it gonna be 3 months from now? I mean, the system comes out freaking probably 5 months. So at what point will it be at a trade show, when trade shows are back, if there's any back before the system's launch, where you get to see people playing off screen and hands-on impressions and stuff, and getting some actual feedback like, hey, this game's in motion, seeing them with your own eyes. This is what makes it special, or this is what makes it where it couldn't be done on a PS4 or an Xbox One type of thing. So, but I gotta say, Sony definitely went for it with the design as far as grabbing people's attention. I'm more of a utilitarian when it comes to hardware. I'm more of a, give me a simple box that blends in with my entertainment stand. It doesn't stand out. I don't really need to I don't have a lot of artwork. I don't have any kind of sculptures in my house, and PlayStation 5 looks like it's trying to be that. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. I mean, I tried to be as entertaining as I could, but also try to listen to what was being said and try to take in what was being shown. I guess the biggest, Horizon's not surprising. I predicted that, but Resident Evil 8, it's definitely continuing the Resident Evil 7. Like, we're getting away from from the typical Resident Evil stuff, which is good because they just had the remakes. That was probably the biggest like surprise. And then some really cool looking games like Kenna and was it Project Athia? You had what was that one? The little robot looks like 3D World meets Yoshi type game. That could be fun. There's some other ones. So overall, not a bad presentation. Definitely way better than what Microsoft did with their third-party Series X gameplay. That was almost no gameplay, and none of it was running on the Series X. So I feel Sony definitely got the leg up there, but Microsoft still has to show their first-party games and give us more info. And I guess it's going to be till August, which is kind of disappointing. But at the same time, with everything else going on, you got the coronavirus. You know, we're getting spikes back, the numbers spiking back up because states are opening back up. So I just don't think there's going to be any kind of events or any kind of shows before these systems come out. So it's going to be really interesting. But yeah, I guess that's all I got. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.